is Ssilverhawkk, and we are back with Outer Worlds. This is our third run. We've disconnected the power. Now we need to go over to the other area and go get our power coupler as well. Oh, what are you? Leather boa? Alright. As well, we also need to go talk to them, convince them to go back to the main area, and in doing so, get rid of the other guy out of that area. That's the way I resolved that issue last time, to my personal satisfaction. Because I don't care for the boss. Yes. Do we even have any? Where? Huh? Let me see them. I'll tell you how much for how much. Those ones are the full strength batch, so those are 2 for 5.
2 for 5, 4 for 10.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
No, I'm about to have a chat with something about this.
Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves.
Yeah, well,
if you're gonna start wandering around my camp,
perfectly.
know
as
that I
long
got
as you have
my
power,
sights
but
on
I
ya.
just got rid of it.
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind. You don't know what enough with the questions means? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere. Appreciate it. Honest.
Yeah, Mr. Handy Helperton. Yeah.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Cause like mine. Cause like mine.
That's not what he said. She hit him in the face.
Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans? Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do. You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scrap Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Miss Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them. Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives. You bring power to Reed's town, and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
Mm-hmm. I know.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
So the last time I went through this, I sent power to the town, but I shut down the head of the town and kicked him out. So Adeline came back to the town with all of her deserters, but Reed wasn't there anymore. So it was kind of a everybody loses situation, and everybody was mad. So I think what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to try to switch to the greenhouses and screw Reed and help Adeline. We'll see how that one works out this time.
It just said Kelly right before. No, don't throw it away. Just dump it out.
Keep it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Those buttons are cool, aren't they? Oh yeah, by the way, just so everybody on stream knows, we got another TV in our living room now, so we're able to run 3 simultaneous systems, plus a computer, of course, to run it on Twitch. And so there might be some sound in the background, because I've got friends over and company here, and a friend of mine playing on his system to my left, another friend of ours playing on the other system to the right, another system in the bedroom being played. Eventually we're going to run the one in our bedroom just to make sure that all 5 can be run simultaneously without any problems with electrical performance, because we just set up a new TV in our older systems, actually the Xbox 360, PlayStation 2, a couple of others. So if we can figure out how to get everything running the way we want, you might see some retro gaming streams added to the Rockwell family gaming stream here soon. So we can only hope. We'll see what we can get going.
And coming soon, once I finish Valhalla, he will be playing Valhalla on stream.
Oh yes, and once again, soon Valhalla will also be being run. Shortly, just waiting on him to finish the game, since he's the one that bought it. Can't say I blame him. Do what? Take more notes. Oh, I thought it was take more notes.
Yeah, because that makes sense, Beth.
Hey, yeah, hey, remind yourself to take more notes. That's important.
I'm taking this stuff back to you then.
Alright, good. Now I've got more heals if I need them, which hopefully I won't. I've destroyed all the auto mechanicals, so I don't need to worry about reprogramming them, which is why that other thing was pointless.
No going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be.
They're cooking. Probably the toaster or something.
Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again.
And
It's
welcome,
plain to see
viewer.
she's made the Vale a better place.
Always welcome to see
Fed the
somebody
hungry, tended the sick,
checking out my videos.
gave a home to those that had none. But
As I said,
Miss
I do
McDevitt
right
delights
now.
in Edgewater
I
suffering.
stream Outer Worlds and Mad
She
Max.
wants to hurt
Pretty
the
soon
town.
we're going to be streaming some
you
retro
really wanna be
PlayStation
party to
2,
that kind of
Xbox
hatred?
360 games. We're going to have all kinds of fun.
That sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that.
Alright, so
I felt like I had to say something.
at this point in time,
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks.
nobody's
No
ever
one's
told her
ever
they like
told
to
me
hear what
those
she has to
words
say.
in that order.
Alright, so, oh yeah, I was going up here to turn this. Oh, wait. All right. So, last time I redirected to Edgewater. This time I think I'm going to redirect to the Botanical Laboratory.
I can't stop thinking on Edgewater, Captain. I'm glad the deserters are gonna be alright now they got power, but what about the town? All those people. You mean about the mission being too clean? Sorry. I know, it's none of my business. Strong drink makes me sick. And it makes me real sad. I start thinking about things I oughtn't, and then... Well, never mind that. You got better things to think on. Sorry.
We got a slight problem.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything. I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one that ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
Where he is, under the counter.
By
By the
back
letter.
to the bathroom?
Mhm.
God damn it.
How we can get back?
Okay. At least he's safe in his little corner under the counter.
Yep.
I think there's something higher and greater than us. But I don't feel it when I'm in the mission.
0.
Okay. Oh, way. Yeah, he's not gonna be happy with me.
Yeah. We got the logo symbol of
Yeah, probably. If not, I'll be happy to kill him.
Yeah. That would match the costume.
What are y'all doing? Well, there's a lot of guys there.
He's annoying. He's annoying.
Are you outside of aggro range? One shot, one of them. See if it aggroes the other 3.
Oh, it'll catch on. Like big.
Yeah, you instantly aggroed all the guys in the area. That's what I was wondering. Oh, well. whole bunch of people mad at you. There's one up top. They can see you.
Oh.
I'm saying there was one to the right of you as well.
Oh, that's kind of lame.
What happened?
Nah, there's some of these I haven't even tried out yet.
There you go. Miss. Ice ball. Get him.
Oh, no, that's the one that puts them to sleep. Whoop! My bad. You just sleeping.
Alright. This guy's probably gonna be mad at me.
You want to know what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters. Plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it? That power regulator is company property. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you.
He's the monster. He took it. We have to fight him on board.
All right, easy now. Let's not do anything we'll regret.
You're the
I'll
one that
order my
threatened me,
guards to
buddy.
stand down. Take what you came for and then leave us be. Stand down, all of you.
Yeah, huh?
Oh, she mammy.
Got my sights on you.
Aw. I wanted to kill them all. Oh well. That's what you get when you intimidate people. They all fold like little brats. No fun at all.
I put my whole life in that cannery.
You must be very proud. Just gotta keep our
Is
heads
Reed hiding in there?
Mr. Thompson. Got my hands full at the moment. Make it quick, please. As a Spacer's Choice Constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals, even during times of unplanned crisis or unauthorized general chaos. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller. As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity. His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual? You are correct. An outstanding bounty has been posted for information pertaining to the whereabouts of Phineas V. Wells. I am obliged to warn you against forming acquaintanceships, friendships, partnerships, or any felicitous relationship with a wanted criminal. I am also obliged to inform you of our referral program. For every criminal you refer to the authorities, the board will reward you. Wells has been wanted for as long as the board decides he has been wanted. This decision will be made in accordance with Wells's behavior upon arrest. Unfortunately, the arrest of Mr. Wells falls outside my authority. I enforce the company policy of Spacer's Choice in the region of Emerald Vale. Wells is wanted by the board. If you have information related to the location of Phineas V. Wells, you are required to submit that information to your nearest board authority. I represent Spacer's Choice. Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which is itself a member of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Board. Also, I specialize in processing fingerprints, so unless you're carrying Wells's finger on you, there's not a lot I can do for you. Any information regarding outstanding bounties and wanted criminals should be directed to Mr. Udom Bedford. Mr. Bedford's office is located on the groundbreaker. Halcyon's original colony ship, now repurposed into a space station. Mr. Udom Bedford represents the board's interest on the
throw a
groundbreaker.
temper tantrum.
Something else I can do for you?
Yep. Terrible torture and torments.
Isn't he like 2.5? No. Oh no, not 2.5, like 1.5.
You picked a fine time to visit, stranger. Foreman Granger, mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you. Shit. Silas still on about that? Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Eugene wasn't family. Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What
She
did to
found
himself
the
was
guy who
vandalism.
committed suicide, so she is responsible for paying his burial fees because she was the closest person relative to him at the time of death.
I'm plenty serious. In fact, I'm a little upset Eugene didn't think things through. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
I want to give fully beat him so him showing up for you.
Alright guys, give me a minute. I'm going to wrap this stream up and do another one at a later time, do some more Outer Worlds, maybe later tonight, maybe later this week. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for watching. Rockwell Family Gaming, this is Ssilverhawkk signing off.